Hi, welcome to T3 Teach Tech Theater. And today we wanted to spend some time kind of chatting about what our overall vision was for this very first unit that we've released on our website called Design Your Life. I'm Kirsten Branch.
I'm Julie Benitez. I was talking with Kirsten about Design Your Life unit, and I wanted to really make sure that people understood that the reason that we chose this Design Your Life kind of thing is because at least my students, normally, the beginning of the school year, when I've got my stagecraft class, we are learning safety, then we're learning how to build some basics, and then we're building the set for the first show. Well, obviously none of that's happening and my students are at home. So with the kits that I sent home with them, our vision was, how can I teach technical theater to students who have no concept of theater, because most of them are beginners, and have no way to see what we're doing, no way to actually physically interact with any of the tools or any of the stuff that we would normally be using. How can I show theater, technical theater? So Kirsten and I decided to go with the design concept and designing your life to make it something that's personally connected to the student, because theater doesn't make any sense to them. I can't tell you about a Fresnel light versus a Lico light when you have no concept of those things. But with a flashlight, I can show you what happens if I do it at 45 degrees, or if I backlit you, or if I have it underneath your face, and how that changes things. Or looking at our own world and clothing choices and making that costume choices, or looking at the way that a room is designed or set up, and that would be like a set. So our plan was to really focus on things that they could access immediately, things that they could understand because it's part of their everyday world.
Julie and I belong to quite a few Facebook groups of theater teachers that are so incredibly generous at sharing lesson plans and such. And we also found this over the summer. But in taking a look at what was there was a lot that was pretty advanced level stuff. And for me, just starting a brand new program, I knew that last year's tech class was not so successful for me. There was a lot. It was shall we say, a dumping ground. And we kind of struggled. We were just getting into the groove, and then COVID. So I figured that most of the students, if not all of my tech theater students this year, would be brand new. And again, without a concept of what theater is. The stuff that is out there, a lot of the tech theater lessons and such, are fabulous. And trust me when I say we have some amazing lessons as well for in-person learning. But again, we were limited by the fact that we needed to snag these kids to get them to stay, and we didn't have that power of personality that a theater program needs because we are separated via a screen. Usually I spend the first 6 weeks of my tech theater class getting people to talk to each other and try to pull those people out that are just like, oh, everybody's really weird here, and just try to cajole them into creating a community.
To really create a team, to have an ensemble of working together, knowing who you can trust, knowing who you work well with.
So that's why we needed to take a look at what can we do to try to get those kids that are like, well, why do we have to learn this? We're never going to put on a play at this point. What's going on? And it again became that immediate connection to, this is because it is all around you. Even if you don't realize it, it is helping you become aware that there is design everywhere. And I think part of it also is a very relevant conversation where I've seen memes and such like that on social media. Don't forget that when pandemic hit, the first group that people turned to were the arts, music, television, movies. And so there's that creative sector that a lot of these kids have never really experienced, especially in my class. And so it's the idea of just creating that awareness. Look at what an artist created. Look at what a designer made and how it impacts your life every single day.
And when we do our lessons for the second semester or quarter, depending on how you're doing it at your school, we are going to be moving into more of the theatrical side of things. But by that time, the kids will have a base understanding of the design, a base understanding of, oh, I saw these things already and I've made it personal to myself, so I understood it. And now I can try to extrapolate it to something that I don't understand, which is theater. Because if we're not physically doing it in person, it's going to be harder to understand. So our idea was really to get them in with stuff that was connected immediately to their lives so that they can then extrapolate it out to the larger theatrical world.
And we want to say also to the subscribers that we've been emailing because we took kind of basic ideas and we've been kind of borrowing stuff and putting things together, but I'm finding it's taking longer than I thought. And so the thing that we had envisioned taking a couple of weeks, I'm on week 5 right now, or we're on week 5 of our school year. I am still on lesson 1. So we and as we go, it's like, oh, there's a gap here, or this needed to be explained better. So we are adapting our unit as we go, making changes that we think are hopefully for the better, to try to accommodate those beginning learners. And we're finding a little more foundational knowledge, or here's a way to present this, or here's a way to help students take notes on something. So we thank you guys that have subscribed to us, that when we're sending out this, hey, go take a look, we've added some more stuff. It's really in our attempt to, number one, we've had to augment it for ourselves, so we're going to share it with everybody else. But it's also an idea that this is a living, breathing document that should be edited. There's nothing perfect about what we're doing, and we're figuring it out and making changes as we go.
The metaphor we keep getting is, building the airplane while we're flying it, and that is exactly what we're doing. And adding things, you're like, oh, the kids didn't understand that. Let me add more to that. And I agree with Kirsten. I am looking at what I had out for a lesson plan. I'm like, nope, I can't get that done in the week that I have. I only see them twice. I can't fully explain that in the 2 hours that I have with the student. And so I'm having to augment.
And we should explain also that times that you're seeing them twice, Julie, is times via Zoom, where it is not a mandatory thing for the students to attend, and we really cannot hold them accountable for information in that Zoom without providing it somewhere else online. So they are not required to attend Zoom, and we cannot assign anything through Zoom that they cannot access elsewhere. So it does make more work. And we are still 100% distance learning. We are possibly moving to a stage 2 blended learning format. Who the heck knows? Sometime, God only knows when. But at this point, this is where we are. So we have that 4 days of instruction and 2 one-hour sessions on Zoom. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at teachtechtheater@gmail.com. Check out our website if you've not yet subscribed to that or become a member. That is teachtechtheater.org. And we look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Stay strong out there. We're all in this together. All right. Bye.